Joining. I'm Alina. Some of you may have already saw me before in some webinars, and I am the community manager of InnoAgora. InnoAgora is the matchmaking platform of HTTP that connects enterprises with investors and some business partners. And we have InnoAgora that if you're not a member already, please go and join. And we have different type of events that we organize. We have some webinars, and this is one of those that we call them InnoAgora Talks. And we also have some pitching events that we organize every 2.5 to 3 months. And we post everything on our website and on the InnoAgora community, which is hosted on Euroquity. So please, you can go and follow all our news there. And on that note, I would like to welcome Mr. Alevizopoulos. He's the digital product manager at Coca-Cola. He's going to be the speaker of today's webinar that is called Customer Experience Powered by Technology. And together with us, we have also Ms. Poulimenea, that's going to be here for any technical questions. She's a senior solution consultant at Genesys. And we're very happy for having you with us, both of you. Thank you. I think whenever you're ready, Dimitris, we may start.
Okay, thank you very much, Alina, and thanks for the invitation. It's a pleasure for us to share with all of the participants our story and our experience so far of how we can improve customer experience powered by technology, and how we can leverage, let's say, and provide value to our customers and to our consumers. So today we will go through a short presentation and we will share some great examples of how technology can empower customer experience and vice versa. But let's say first catch up. The last 3 years, we as companies, customers, consumers, and as humans, we stand between disruption and innovation. During this period, we experienced a lot of events that we cannot even predict in the past, and we managed to learn, unlearn, and relearn. And this is on a repeat mode. Overnight, we had to be digital, remote, to work efficient and also in a secure way. All of our priorities, risks, and opportunities change continuously and in a way that we couldn't even predict. But we found out many innovative ways to stay connected and stay connected internally in our companies. So we are a company, we're a group of 29 countries. So we managed to stay connected across all of our countries, regions, plants, find innovative ways even to go for virtual visits to our plants and to our factories, and stay connected and have some digital events. In addition, we found very, let's say, very nice ways of staying connected with our customers and our consumers. So back in the past, we have prepared a very nice platform which target youth empowered, which main target was to reskill and upskill youths in, let's say, in making and providing several capabilities to our youth. By the time that COVID hit us, we acted very, very quick and very fast, and we transformed this tool and with some more instances to Horeca empowered. So we utilize this initially developed app in order to expand this tool to our Horeca customers. Horeca stands for hotels, restaurants, and cafes, and their employees. So we quickly organize several sessions for trainings that we have provided to our customers and to their employees, and offer them during the lockdown period a very nice and useful service. But of course, we stay connected with the rest of the community, and we develop another stream for women in order to support women in technology, in business, and in leadership. But this is the main, and this, of course, recently awarded this initiative with two customer experience awards as the best initiative for social impact and sustainability, and of course, the best customer experience during a crisis. These are the first reactions and the first responses to our initial shock as companies, employees, consumers. But the main item that still remains is how we can be truly innovative as companies and as organizations. So we need to reflect, to reimagine, and to reset our relation with customers. And this can be done via technology mainly. We used to think that several technologies like AI, AR, artificial intelligence, augmented reality are kind of an exotic fruit for our organizations and for our corporate world. Well, it seems that apparently it is a vital part of our improving customer experience and achieve operational efficiencies. And this brings me, let's say, to our first example that we implement a kind of an exotic technology in our company with very, very positive results and a great improvement in customer experience. So we dare to reimagine our logistic process via augmented reality technology and smart glasses for warehouse picking activities. Starting 3 years ago from our plant in Thessaloniki as the pilot plant, we continue to expand this solution across all of our Coca-Cola Hellenic plants and all our operation. So I will share a video right in order to better explain what is the idea about and how it works. And I will be back in a minute. Can you hear the sound?
That's what I want to say now. We can see the screen, but we cannot
Okay.
hear it. I'm not sure if it's important. But we can read it, so I guess it's fine.
Let me check.
But I think it's okay, Dimitris, now if we can just read the bubbles.
Okay. Okay, as you can see, we implement some very exotic technologies to our warehouses and to our logistic process. In the very beginning, it was a big surprise for our employees, but they very quickly, let's say, adopt to this. They love it from the very beginning. And the most important item is that wherever we implement this technology, we had a significant improvement in our experience that we create to our customers because we minimize all errors in delivery, almost to none of them. So in that sense, we implement an exotic technology to our operation in order not only to improve customer experience, but of course to improve the productivity of our people. So this had a very positive effect to our plans, and will continue to expand with the same pace. Another example is how we utilize big data. And as you probably know, there is a data are considered as the most important intangible asset for all companies. And we utilize data that we collect from our transactions with the customers and other external sources of data. We blend this data, and by implementing machine learning modeling and artificial intelligence algorithms, we are trying to improve our demand forecasting, how, let's say, we plan our demand, how we are able to forecast our demand, and this to have a positive effect to our, let's say, customers and the experience that they have with our company. So we are trying with big data advanced analytics to reduce volatility supply chain, to increase our product availability during the high season, like we do have in Greece, the summer period, and to minimize out of stocks. Of course, this is a side effect and a positive impact in terms of production planning, inventory management, and distribution. So by implementing such technology, we not only improve our operational efficiency, but also we create positive customer experience, given that we eliminate to the minimum all the stockouts. In addition, we utilize data in order to optimize our trade promotions. For us, it's a very vital part of our business and a very vital part of our cooperation with our customers. So we are trying to better understand what are the main needs of our customers in order to target our promo and better analyze our promo mechanics and make allocation of available resources in a more efficient way and more effective way, and not only improve our return on investment, but also to cover better the needs of our customers. So having this technology in place, they allow us to continuously improve ourselves and better cover our customer needs, and of course to provide reliable data that will be used as a data source for a next period forecasting. Moving next to, I think, our main solution that we implement and are very proud recent, let's say, deployment that we did. We dare to, let's say, move all of our contact center to the cloud. In the very beginning, we started with discovering available solutions in order to replace our contact center technology, which used to be on premise, and we look only for several technologies that can cover our operations across 29 countries. So apart from this, we find out that it's more about technology, and we can even improve to a significant extent the customer experience during the communication of our customer with our company via any of the channels. So I will play a very short video that explains a bit, and then I will be back with the rest of the details. So last year, along with Cosmote as the implementer, and we utilize the technology of Genesys, and we have a representative from Genesys, Mrs. Poulimenea. We proceed with the implementation of our contact center on cloud premises, and we roll out even to 25 countries. So the main scope of this project was not only to replace the existing technology and better utilize whatever the, let's say, cloud technology brings to our lives in terms of technology, but also to allow an omni-channel approach during our communication with the customers. So not to limit ourselves in the way that we are keep contacting and we keep connecting with our customers, and allow them to choose their channel of their preference, which is more convenient to them and more easy to use for them. And this to be, let's say, redirected to one single platform for our agents. So imagine that all of our contact center agents have one single system, one single user interface that they received all of their interaction with their customers, regardless what will be the input channel. So they can, let's say, call us, they can chat us through our customer portal, or they can interact via email, by text, and whatever the technology that it will be chosen. As next steps, we have the integration with several messaging platforms like WhatsApp or Viber, so as to allow us to meet customers where they are and not to, let's say, force customers to utilize only one specific technology. Of course, this apart from the technology benefits in terms of better support, better disaster recovery plan that we have as we speak, we have a consistent customer experience. So customer can reach us through any channel of his choice. We allow, let's say, by having all this data and interaction that we have with the customer, to make several analyses in order to start the personalization. And I will explain myself a bit afterwards. And of course, we create a much better employee experience, because now our agents have the ability to connect to only one system and have all the information and interaction with the customer in one single place. Some basic figures of this project is the number of shared services agents, the number of call flows, 170. We operate with this technology in over 25 countries, and this has been done in 1 year, which is amazing, and it's a proof of how, let's say, smooth was the deployment, and how easy it was for the employees to adopt it and operate in a very nice and smooth way. And of course, the number of our contact center agents are more than 840 across all of the countries that we operate. The main benefits that we see after the implementation, and it was very rapid and very, let's say, tangible to us, we categorize the main benefits in 3, let's say, areas based on who utilize, let's say, this technology. And this about our customers. So we achieved much better sound quality. We minimize all connectivity issues that had to do. So imagine that we reached from the very beginning 99.9% of successful connections. Of course, we have better disaster recovery capabilities, as we are always on since we are on cloud. We allow web chat through our customer portal. Our customer portal is a kind of e-shop for our customers that we offer in all of our countries. So given that I am logged in as a customer, I can easily initiate a web chat with an agent so as to make a question, to make a request. So we make it very easy for the customer to do it. And of course, we add several capabilities of the system that make our customers' life easier, meaning the callback and voicemail available for our customers. So if for any reason there is high traffic in our contact center, then we can have this as a pending action, and our agent afterwards can call back the customer, or the customer, him or herself, can leave a voicemail in order to take an action afterwards. For our supervisors are the team leaders of our agents in our contact centers. We allow them to see in real time the activity tracking, so they can easily understand what is happening on real time, to take some actions, to check to what extent our let's say calls operating day by day. And of course, given that all of our let's say interactions are tracked, we allow to have live coaching on real customer calls, so to allow supervisors to train the agents on the job with real life examples, and avoid some test scenarios that in most of the cases are not has nothing to do with the real life. For our agents, we provide, let's say, a modern unified user interface with easy onboarding, and this is proof that we went live to deploy the solution to 25 countries in a single year, with local languages in each and every country. We managed to connect multiple communication channels in one platform, so calls, voicemail, chat, and this means that we minimize customer service time. Of course, we allow live tracking of their personal KPIs, so to better understand what is pending for the day, if I need to push for something, and there are better managed and self-organized. And of course, this leads to increase of productivity for our people. So the feedback was very, very positive for us. And we are very happy that we implement this technology. After the presentation, we will have some Q&A session, so feel free to ask anything you want to me or Eleni regarding this solution. And we continue on expanding and investing on this technology in order to better improve our customer experience, and to, let's say, allow some additional elements and some additional features to this solution. And of course, to integrate this with our next generation CRM that we are currently designing. So it seems that from these examples that customer experience can be regarded as quite simple. Well, in reality, it appears that this is not the case, and we see several challenges of solutions that we implement in each and every stream, and we should always focus on these, let's say, four main dimensions, if I may call it. So it's the time to market or speed to market, how fast I can deliver this solution and having them available to our customers. What will be the impact in revenue? Will it generate some value for the company, or it's a nice to have element, or something that probably it's relevant for our company, but it's not relevant for our customers? So we should be always, let's say, aware of this. What are the efficiencies that it will bring? And this is mainly relates to operational efficiencies that we will have. And of course, what is the risk? So what if I implement it very rapidly? What if I don't implement it? And what is the risk? There is always a risk that we also need to evaluate and mitigate these risks. And as we move forward, we see several other opportunities for us, and we see the need from moving from the old times, let's say, so-called know your customer, to understand your customer. And this is mainly segmentation that we do in customers in order to define segments of customers, and the personalization. And this is a great example here. So probably you are aware of this guy. So if we need to make a segment of this guy, we will see that, okay, if I'm in a CRM system, okay, this guy was born in the Q4 1948. He's in UK, he's well educated, married twice, 2 kids, rich, lives in a castle and loves music. So I think that I have done a very nice analysis of my customer, and I know almost everything about my customer, and I feel very confident of this. Well, it appears that this is not the case because we miss a very important element. That same segment, we may have similar, let's say, customer, but totally different, with totally different needs customers. So we see the need of moving from know your customer to better understand your customer and better understand the needs of the customer. And this is the main question that we all need to answer each and every day to ourselves is whether if there is any golden recipe, how, let's say, we improve customer experience and what we should do in order to boost customer experience. So there is not a single recipe, but there is to our view, there is let's say, one single word that we should always include in our decisions and in our analysis. And this is so-called diversity. And by saying diversity, we mean we should have in our organization diversity in talent. So we should bring within our organization different talents with several backgrounds and invest in new capabilities. This is of high importance. Of course, we should, as organizations, to create a great employee experience because this is of paramount importance. In addition, we should be diverse in terms of technology. So as we proved before, there is no exotic technology or standalone technology. We should be able to have visibility in all available technologies, and we should be able to test, analyze, and create MVPs. MVP stands for a minimum viable product. So to make, let's say, some real small development to see how it works and how, let's say, it can serve um, uh, our customer needs and our needs of our company. And in addition, we should have diversity in our culture. So we should, let's say, establish and build strong company cultures and put our customers and our consumer in the core and educate our people to new technologies. This is a must in order not to regard any technology as, let's say, exotic. And last but not least, probably the most important, is to have diversity in our leadership. So we should transform our leadership by cultivating empathy, collaboration, curiosity, agility, flexibility, and daring. We always need to take, let's say, some measured risk, but we always need to dare. And if we think digital transformation in all, we need to have no boundaries. So we should, let's say, discuss about 360 digital transformation, which is the new era. It's not the IT and the rest of the business. Digital transformation should be part of our business. It's the new way of operating. So we have digital customer. We should be connected with our customer by any means, via any channel. And of course, we should keep our solutions easy to use, customer centric, and we should design our, let's say, solutions based on this element. Of course, as speaking about operational productivity, we saw we saw before some very nice examples. We should target to digitize our operational productivity. So the phygital working model, there is no more digital or physical. It's a kind of a blending. We should, let's say, establish a digital culture, leadership, as we saw before, and of course, talent management, how we better manage our talents in this new digitized way of operation. The data management, this is of paramount importance given the importance of our data, as we saw before. We should have, let's say, as organization, data governance. We should shift to data-driven decision making, so to take into consideration our facts, our data, and data democratization. And by saying this, I mean to make available all internal data available across company without any boundaries, and even to share some data with our customers. It's both ways beneficial. And of course, given all the challenges that we face, we should protect our data, not only from a regulation point of view, but also to keep data consistent in a very good quality. And last and most importantly, we should plan and have a strong, let's say, cybersecurity strategy. There is no point of speaking about digital transformation without maintaining, let's say, our data secure and our operations secure and safe. So this means that we manage cyber risk, we mitigate cyber risk, which there are here. And of course, this is the message to the CFOs or the controllers, to the finance department, that we should continue invest to system modernization. So this is a must, and there is no other option. And of course, we should establish cybersecurity culture, a strong cybersecurity culture, by having, let's say, several phishing simulations and train our people to not only understand what is cybersecurity standard, but to act towards this direction. So from all this journey that we see in the few minutes, do you think that customer experience is an easy task? For sure, the answer it's no. When it comes to technology, the answer is absolutely not an easy task. Definitely is a rewarding one. So being part of a group of 29 countries with more than 700 million consumers, we always think customer experience as equivalent for the Athens Authentic Marathon that we experienced recently. It's so demanding, so spectacular, so unique, and so rewarding when you manage to finish, whatever your position is. So coming to technology now, we see that technology for customer experience is what is the equivalent of hydration to the marathon. So you need frequent hydration in the correct spots, in the correct quantity, and being always mindful of your energy. So being proudly sponsors of this great event for so many years, we know the importance of hydration to marathon. So we can assure you the importance of technology to create a unique customer experience. And by saying so, that was all from my side, and we are moving to Q&A session.
Amazing, Dimitri. Thank you so much. It was extremely interesting, I think, for everyone that is attending the call. So now for the participants, if you have any questions, you can either write it on the chat or you can raise your hand and then we can give you access to the mic, whatever you prefer. On the meantime, until we get some questions, I also have some questions, if that's okay. We can start with that.
Sure.
So regarding the first example that you gave with the AR glasses for your warehouses, you said that for the employees, it was maybe in the beginning they were a little bit reluctant into accepting it, but then it was easier. But how did you make it easier? Was it mandatory that they have to do it? Did you gamify the whole process?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can let's say provide the example of our let's say pilot plant, which was in our plant in Thessaloniki. So we started with a medium, let's say, plant. In order to test this, my colleagues from supply chain area, let's say, when they went to the warehouse clerks and explained that, okay, you will start using a smart glasses set in order to do your job in a more fast, to allow you not to have a scanner in one of your hands. You know, it was a kind of, come on, guys, warehouse. You know, this is something like science fiction and all this stuff. So we picked some of our colleagues. We dedicated them to the team that work on this solution because it was we were the first, let's say, FMCG probably in the world that implements such a technology in operation. There are several other technologies, companies that they do, but it was our, let's say, first attempt as a FMCG to do it. And we are trying, let's say, to make tests and to bring the technology to their standards. So we work together with some of our more experienced employees. We understand their needs. We adapt the system to this, and then we prove them that even in after 3 hours, let's say, working with this smart glass, you get used to it. So we provide them a real life example, and we make, let's say, our employees and their colleagues as ambassadors in order to persuade them and start using it. Of course, when we will have deployed in several other countries and several other plants, we have some challenges. But again, we provide, let's say, some very nice examples, some very nice videos and positive experience that we share among the plants, regardless what will be the country. But it was so easy, so fast for them, and they save time, and they can utilize even one of their hands because they don't have to keep the scanner, in their hand. So in almost all of the cases, and imagine that we have expanded in all of our countries now as we speak, because this was done back in 2019 in Thessaloniki. They love it from the very beginning. So the idea is not to present it, as something exotic, because in reality it's not. But let's say to get them on board and ask them to try. Okay, let's make a try to see how it works to you, and then if you are satisfied or if you want any adjustment, because most of them, there were some concerns. What if I'm wearing, some glasses? Will it work? And we prove them that there's no problem at all. But we need to go to physically to the plant, work with the team in order to make it happen. So I think that the most important item is to co-design with your end user. So that was the shifting point.
And another question, since I said that we don't have any from the audience yet, another question is, why did you choose, or what was the whole process in choosing that specific technology to use it on the warehouses? Because I guess like you were going through different iterations, right, to finally choose that we're going to go with AR glasses for our warehouses to make it easier, blah, blah. So did you do any surveys? Did you talk to your employees? How did you go about it?
Okay, we knew from our experience that our people, let's say, spend more time in scanning. And just to give you a background, let's say, information is that this solution helps us a lot with the mixed pallets, meaning we have the majority of our customers, they do not buy, let's say, a single pallet of Coca-Cola, for instance. They buy some Coca-Cola, some Sprite, some Fanta, some Amita, and all this stuff. So our people, let's say, they are the ones that build this pallet with mixed products. And their main, let's say, how to say, problem was that either it takes too much time for them to make this mixed palette, and we have several mistakes because you can imagine that you have a list with several products, and you bring and you build the palette by adding case by case. So it is, let's say, very vulnerable to human error. So you can add one more, or you will miss one. So we knew that we had an issue with our customers because we have several errors in deliveries. So we were looking for such a solution, and at the same time we were looking for a solution that we will allow to our people to do in a better way their job. So that was kind of our teams that exploring several technologies available, in big vendors across the globe. So we found out this interesting idea, but this idea and technology was used at that time only for spare parts management. So it was not very related to us, but we thought that it was a very good idea to make a try. So that's why we started with a pilot plant in Thessaloniki in order to see how it works, and then we scale it up.
Okay. And we have one more question regarding the glasses from Mr. Sakalis. He's saying that is the technology ready for such applications? And if the AR glasses are light, if they're tiring for the user to wear? These are some questions. There's one more. Let's start with that.
Okay, after the 3 years of implementation and by having almost none of the complaint by our end users, I can admit, yes, that it's a ready-to-use technology. We also checked it whether has any issue. Of course, it's absolutely healthy for our employees. It has no issue with the glasses like I'm wearing, and there is no, let's say, on top how to say effort to operate this, because they get to use very easily to this. The And of course, we release and we provide them the ability to use both their hands, because so far they have, in one hand the scanner that they need to scan the pallet, and now it's even much better for them.
Okay, and the last sub question is that is the computational power adequate for the glasses?
Yeah, we face no issue. What we see that, and we invest on this, was to make sure that we have very good coverage of network within our warehouse. So we invest in each and every house in order to cover and have very good coverage in very good quality in any, let's say, point of our warehouse, so as to make sure that this will work, and we will, we will avoid delays and any other issue that will be a problem for our end users.
Okay. And then on a different note, would you say that do you use or are you thinking of using any customer experience tools in order to fight the distribution war? Like, do you use it for that?
Can you please repeat, because I'm not sure whether I get it correctly?
So the question is regarding distribution, right? There is always a competition on which bottle is going to go where and everything. Do you use the customer experience tools in order to make your way easier to the shelves?
Yeah. Of course, we are using several tools, not only to, let's say, optimize our let's say routings and deliveries to the customer, because it has to do with also operational productivity and making sure that we keep our emissions to the minimum. So we're using such kind of algorithms, such kind of system, which that are part mainly of our ERP. And of course, we are running several surveys in our customers in order to get feedback to our deliveries, or we are in a close, let's say, contact with our customers in order to identify any potential issue or any improvement that we want. And as you probably know, or I will explain to you, we have even one of the biggest, let's say, sales teams across the market. So our business developers are visiting physically the outlets. So they are in very close cooperation with our customers, and we provide the ability even to the customer via our colleague business developer to provide any, let's say, complaint, any issue, any change in the operational model of the customer. Imagine that I have a cafe and then I'm asking, let's say, guys, I will open now from 12 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock in the morning. So you need to adjust accordingly the deliveries. So we have all these mechanisms in order to better cover our customer needs.
Okay. And like a different question, if you have service for your customers, do you know when they prefer to drink the Coca-Cola drinks? On what instances? Is it something that you measure, or
When do they prefer?
drink any Coca-Cola drinks,
Okay,
any beverages?
our mainly operation has to do with selling to customers and not to consumers. So
Yeah,
we're selling either to big supermarkets, for instance, like the big supermarkets that you know, and you probably all of us we are purchase items, or to some bigger customers that they distribute to the end outlet, as we call them. So in reality, we keep an eye on our consumers, but these are the guys that make sure that we have. Of course, we check our even indirect customers, which are the end outlets, like a kiosk near your area, whether they need, let's say, to place an order, but this is through different channels, depending on what channel is the customer. But we make sure that all of our products can reach any customer that wants to buy.
Okay. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask Dimitris now. I think it's a very good opportunity to ask anything. It's great. It's great that we have Coca-Cola with us today. Eleni, would you like to add any comments to the presentation of Dimitris? Is there something that you would like to say regarding Genesys?
So Dimitris described nicely the customer experience and the digital transformation path that Coca-Cola decided to take a couple of years ago. So it's I would call Coca-Cola as a partner, because together we built the next generation customer service that they can serve the different partners that they have in order to receive orders, resolve concerns, etc. So from Genesys perspective, customer experience includes also the employee path. Maya Angelou, which is a very famous poet, said that customers will forget what you said, customers will forget what you did, but customers will never forget how you made them feel at the end. So actually, with the advent of new technologies like cloud, artificial intelligence, and the use of many types of customer and employee data, which are coming from different directions and different technologies at the end of the day, we are now able to increase the level of personalized customer experiences. And this is because technologies today can allow companies to provide problem-solving effectiveness in a timely manner, efficiency, with a proper human context and understanding, empathy. And this results in delivering more customer and employee-centric experiences. So actually, when we have effectiveness and efficiency along with the power of empathy, so those companies are able to deliver highly personalized CXs that makes it possible for business to create customer journeys that boost and drive empathy, which actually at the end builds trust and leads to customer loyalty. So by increasing customers and employee loyalty, the companies can actually increase the customer lifetime value, the revenue, the profits, the margin, and the long-term financial success. So at the end of the day, what new companies need to take into consideration when choosing a new technology is, in fact, how they see the next day, whether they need to invest their time in maintaining what they have, or as Dimitris described nicely in one of his slides, if it's important for them, the risk, the time to market, and the growth revenue. And we don't need to forget that we should put customer in the middle of that and start building experiences around that circle. So that's my 2 cents. I didn't prepare any presentation.
Amazing, Eleni. Thank you a lot. So on that note, if we don't have any further questions.
Quick question, please.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Dimitris, I know that the organization distributes except of, through 3 okay, distributes many other products similar to the notion of the off-trade marketplace. Do you provide this kind of service to your partners, that you already have this kind of distribution agreements, like Coca-Cola with other brands? So this kind of experience of, for example, which brand may be more selling to which channel and to which geographical area. Do you offer this kind of mapping of knowledge to your indirect customers but partners?
Yeah, sure we do, because we strongly believe that it's for our common benefit that we both grow. So if our customers grow, we will grow as well. So we make this analysis, and we better provide several data and market insights to our customers in order to better understand. So I can give you an example that I didn't include in my presentation, but we have started some years ago to have some connected coolers. So to allow cooler that you see in kiosk or whatever to collect some data and some, traffic data, how many times it opens the door of a cooler, and some health data of the cooler. So whether it has any issue, whether the light was broken and all this stuff. So the amazing part was that we provide in a kiosk in Glyfada area, for instance, we provide to our indirect customer, because this customer purchase our products from another wholesaler. We provide some interesting data that even he was not aware of it, that his peak day, let's say, was on Wednesday in the afternoon. So we make, by sharing this data, he made sure that the cooler was full, and he has delivered all of the products the day before in order to be ready and serve better the demand. So this is a nice example of how we collaborate with our customers and how we are sharing any data that we can, let's say, provide and we owe, in order to better understand not only our business but also the market. And this is important for achieving, common growth. I don't know whether I have answered your question or.
Thank you very much. Yes. Thank you, Dimitris.
Okay, perfect. Dimitri and Eleni, thank you a lot for participating today. It was very, very interesting. Thank you for the insights. Thank you for sharing it with us. If any of the participants have any further questions, of course, you can either send them over an email, and then we can forward it to our speakers as well. So whenever they have the time, they could get back to you. So thank you, everyone, for joining and participating. Thank you, Dimitri. Thank you, Eleni.
Thank you very much as well
Thank you
for having us.
Hope we will have an opportunity to meet you again in the future.
Pleasure.
Thank
Thank you
you
very much. Have a nice evening.
Thank
You
you.
too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.